David shifts from petition to praise. The tone changes from urgent plea to grateful meditation. He reflects on God's goodness and protection. Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee, which thou hast wrought for them that trust in thee before the sons of men. Psalm 31:19. The exclamation, "Oh, how great," expresses wonder. David cannot contain his amazement at God's provision. The words, "thy goodness," identify the subject of his awe. God's goodness refers to his kindness, favor, and generosity. The expression, "which thou hast laid up," uses the language of storage. God stores goodness like a person stores treasure in a vault. The phrase, "for them that fear thee," identifies the recipients. Fear means reverence and respect, not terror. Those who honor God receive his stored blessings. The parallel phrase, "which thou hast wrought," means accomplished or brought to pass. God doesn't just store goodness, but works it out. The phrase, "for them that trust in thee," describes believers in God. Trust means reliance and confidence. The addition, "before the sons of men," shows public demonstration. God displays his faithfulness where others can see it. When the Israelites crossed the Red Sea, God showed his goodness to everyone. The surrounding nations heard about God's deliverance. Joshua 2:10 records Rahab saying, "For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you." God's goodness to his people becomes a testimony to all nations. "Thou shalt hide them in the secret of thy presence from the pride of man. Thou shalt keep them secretly in a pavilion from the strife of tongues." Psalm 31:20. The promise, "thou shalt hide them," pictures concealment. God covers his people like a parent shields a child. The phrase, "in the secret of thy presence," describes the hiding place. God's presence provides protection. The expression, "from the pride of man," identifies a danger. Pride produces plots and schemes. Proud people devise ways to harm the righteous. God's presence blocks their attacks. The parallel promise, "thou shalt keep them secretly," repeats the concept of divine protection, while the word "secretly" emphasizes hidden safety. The phrase, "in a pavilion," uses the image of a tent or shelter. Kings used pavilions during military campaigns. These structures provided protection and privacy. The phrase, "from the strife of tongues," identifies another danger. Strife means conflict and contention. Tongues represent speech and accusations. Slanderous words cannot penetrate God's shelter. Jeremiah experienced protection from the strife of tongues. His enemies plotted against him, saying, "Come, and let us devise devices against Jeremiah." Jeremiah 18:18. They attacked him with words and schemes. Yet God preserved his prophet through imprisonment, threats, and false accusations. The contrast between verses 19 and 20 shows two aspects of God's goodness. Verse 19 presents goodness as a reward and blessing. Verse 20 presents goodness as protection and refuge. God both gives and guards. He provides blessings and shields from attacks.